for the third term address from the greatest Prime Minister and leader in the Western Hemisphere. Labor rights! I'm going to invite from Central St. Catherine, Babsy, Olivia, Gray.
I just want to say to all of you, I thank you for demonstrating that you have faith in our leader, the most honorable and the holiness. I want to thank you for showing that you have faith in the members of Parliament of the Jamaica Labour Party and those who have committed themselves to serve you. I want to especially thank my people in Central St. Catherine, in Spanish Town. And I want to thank those who don't belong to the Labour Party, who voted for the Jamaica Labour Party. I want to say to all of you in Jamaica, that the Jamaican people know what they want and they know what is good for Jamaica. And that is why we have been given the third term. And your lives will be better because we are going to be doing that much more for you. I want you to just pray that God give the leader the strength, the wisdom, and the stamina to continue to serve Jamaica and fight for Jamaica. Love your man and cook food. Love you all. God bless you all. And God bless Jamaica, land we love.
Coming down. The 7-star General of Area Council 1, General Chuck.
This is the happiest night in my political career. My 7th term, and I want to thank the Prime Minister.
Okay, we're still live.
And we are now loading up for the 4th term. The vision of the Prime Minister must be achieved in this 3rd term. Wiping out poverty, reducing murder, reducing crime, making sure unemployment is down. And I say, Labour rights, I will work with my Prime Minister to make this prosperity for all of us. Show Labour rights!
Thank you. She created history by becoming the first female Minister of Finance and the first person to serve 3 young ministers.
I want to thank all of you, all
for returning the Jamaica Labour Party to government for a third term. And I want to thank St. Andrew Eastern for being in the winning column for the Jamaica Labour Party for a third term. I appreciate all the efforts, and I want to say to all of you gathered here tonight, and to all Jamaicans across the length and breadth of Jamaica, we know that you carry in your hearts your hopes and dreams, and we commit to you that we will wake up every day to help you to realize those hopes and dreams. We want to continue building a better Jamaica every day. You have seen us for the last 2 terms working for you, and we're going to continue doing that for this new term that we're about to begin. Thank you again. Remain faithful, even as we remain faithful to you. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your honor. Let's welcome now, just to greet you tonight, Chairman of the National Campaign Committee of the Jamaica Labour Party, Dr. Chris Tupton.
I don't have much to say. Only one simple thing. I am very happy tonight. Are you happy tonight? Show on labor rights. Third term. Not just loading. It has loaded. We are into the third term. I just want to say, firstly, thanks to our leader, the most honorable Prime Minister, Party Leader, Dr. Andrew Williams, for giving me the opportunity to assist in this third term. I want to say thanks to the campaign team, because they who are here have done an amazing job in following the mandate of the leader to ensure that the strategy was implemented so we could beat the PNP and put back Andrew Holness in Jamaica House. And I want to say thanks to the Almighty up above, because He knows what is good for Jamaica. He knows that it is about the Jamaican people, and the Jamaica Labour Party is the best party to lead the Jamaican people forward into the future. Show a labor right, third term, happy, glad, God bless you.
Thank you. One man was critical to the organization of the Jamaica Labour Party. He now has the distinction of being the most successful General Secretary in the history of this great Jamaica Labour Party. Let's welcome Dr. Horace John.
We are sitting here with me for 2 minutes. We're celebrating tonight. I feel good. You feel good? celebrating a third term. You want to think for 2 minutes. It is a victory for the Labour Party. A historic moment for Jamaica and the Jamaica Labour Party. I will celebrate this, but I want to think a little bit. This leader has given us the 3 victories. I had the privilege of serving with him in all 3 elections. But what I want to think about is that the People's National, the PNP, attacked our leader mercilessly. And to celebrate and commend the strength and character of Andrew Holness, his wife and his children, and they stood the test. Led with courage, commitment, and strategically. Working beside him was a privilege, but working with the Labour Party, of course, was a greater privilege as he led us to this victory. I want to commend all the workers, and despite of the challenges, despite of the attack, the insinuations, and all kind of attack on the leader, Labour Party, you went out there, you did the work, you walk in the sun, and you ensured 3rd term loading, and today we are here, 3rd term for Andrew Michael Holness. But this victory is more significant. You chose Jamaica, you chose Andrew Holness, Andrew Holness chose Jamaica, because we are at a critical point. And for the first time, the Labour Party will get the opportunity to continue building this country and moving us from poverty to prosperity. We have great leaders in Bustamante, Hugh Shearer, Edward Siaga, but they attacked them, damaged them, and pushed them over when the country was growing. This leader stood the test, you the workers stood the test, and made sure on this occasion they could not push down this leader, and they're going to build this country and grow from poverty to prosperity. You chose Jamaica, you chose Andrew Holness, you chose the Jamaica Labour Party. Labour rights, celebrate. It's a historic moment, a great moment for the Labour Party and the people of Jamaica. God bless you all. Go forward.
Settle down now, because the moment has come. We have a leader that we are proud of. Every man and every woman here tonight and right across Jamaica don't love and respect Andrew Holness. Ever being disrespectful to any of you? So hear me now, Labour rights. The Member of Parliament for West Central St. Andrew. The first time in the history of our great Jamaica Labour Party that we have a leader that has taken us to 3 consecutive elections. I ask Jamaica, wherever you are now, answer the question. What time is it? What time is it? Prime Minister, 1 term. Prime Minister, 2 terms. Prime Minister, 3 terms. Andrew Holness.
I made sure with this bell. This bell is not an easy bell to ring. I wouldn't be surprised if Bustamante rang this bell. But I carry the symbol of the party today because it is such a historic moment that this is a victory for our founder, Bustamante, for Sir Donald Stansker, for Hugh Shearer, for Edward Philip George Siaga, for Bruce Bowling, and I want to invite Mrs. Carla Siaga to just come and acknowledge the moment and take a bow to the crowd, because all of this Mr. Siaga still has, well, he must be happy with. So, Desmond, just you are only allowed to hold the bell temporarily. Do not ring it. I have a few things to say early on. Firstly, let me thank the thousands of Jamaicans who prayed for me personally and who prayed for the government and the country. I want to thank my wife and one of my sons is here, Adam. Come on, guy. Of course, the superwoman. I want to thank them personally. I mean, you know, a political campaign, sometimes, you know, when they see the personalities, they forget that they are human beings with feelings and emotions, and they can be objectified. It's very difficult, but I want to thank my family here and abroad and all over who have withstood a tremendous onslaught, but they never gave up on me or on the people of Jamaica. I want to thank the political team. I think we have the best political team in the Caribbean. But allow me to, I do this at a risk, but I'm sure everyone will agree that my Deputy Prime Minister, Horace Chang, the General Secretary of the Jamaican Labour Party, deserves special commendation. You know, there's a special bond that has to be between the leader and the General Secretary of a political party. And Horace and I have been working for the greater part of 30 years together. We have been very good friends and very good professional associates. We have a mind share, and we are both very much committed to Jamaica, like everyone in the team. I want to thank you, the supporters. You would know how much you mean to me. For all of you who squeeze up on the bus to come to the meeting, who go on the long motorcades with us, for all of you who take on the PMP them when you hear them with the live, you who have stood up and chosen Jamaica. I say thanks to you, the supporters of the party. You make us stronger, and we stand here on your shoulders. And thank you. God bless you, and I love you. Today, Jamaica won. Jamaica won this election. Yes. The majority of voters decided to choose Jamaica. Make no mistake about it. This was not victory by default. Make no mistake about it. This was not an easy victory. Make no mistake about it. This was a fight. But we did not descend my political organization. We did not descend to the gutter to fight. We did not seek to trick the people to win. We did not seek to tear down anyone to lift up ourselves. We did not seek to tear down Jamaica in order to be able to administer the affairs of Jamaicans. We ran a clean, disciplined, focused, well-organized campaign. And we proved that we can run a decent campaign and win. And that is how Jamaica has won. That is how Jamaica wins. Our democracy by this election is proven to be intact. There are those who are trying to seed a view that the mere fact of a third term is a threat to democracy. There are those who are trying to carry the idea that regardless of how well a government performs and merits to be re-elected, it shouldn't happen because somehow that is a threat to democracy. Well, today has dispelled that because we went through the toughest battle in any democratic society in the region to stand here and say we will be the government for the third time. And I want that point to be understood. We contested the election with the highest level of decency and morality. The people came out. We do have our concerns about the turnout, but the people who voted, the majority spoke and chose Jamaica. So I am satisfied that our democracy is strong. But I wish to assure all Jamaicans who participated in the elections or who did not participate in the election that my government will continue to be respectful of, uphold and advance democratic institutions and protect the democracy of this country. There are some things that should be said. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Jamaica is at a special place today. It is an opportunity. For me, it was also a personal challenge. And I would just like to say, when you face challenges and you look for the opportunities, rise to the occasion. Look at yourself. They know you're strong. No one can stop you. And after all the attacks, the lies, the rumors, the innuendos, I am still solid as a rock. They just can't stop me now. Now, in the third term, as in the first and the second, we must guard against arrogance. We must develop an even keener ears to listen to the people. We must be focused on addressing the needs of the people. And while it is clear that the majority have spoken and chosen the Jamaica Labour Party, geographically and traditionally, there are still those who may not share that view. And for varying reasons. One reason is they say, yes, we see prosperity in some areas, but they want prosperity to come now to their community, to their driveway and to their doorway. This government, in our third term, must be laser focused on ensuring that there is prosperity for all Jamaicans. And just to be clear, prosperity doesn't mean riches. For some people, prosperity means peace. They want to live in peace. For some people, prosperity may mean their children getting to university. For some people, prosperity is a car. For others, it is a house. But for most people, it is the road fixed in their community and water in their pipes. And so, we must be focused on delivering these basic public services, which means prosperity for so many. But Jamaica is more than that. Jamaica is a potential to be realized. And for decades, we have underperformed. The story of Jamaica is that we have done so much as a country, but we could have done so much more. For the first time, an electorate has said, we will reward a performing government to continue to deliver the promise of Jamaica. The promise of cutting murders and crime and bringing Jamaica finally to peace. The peace which we had 60 years ago. We can have peace in our country. The promise of Jamaica being a growing and robust economy, which we had 60 years ago, we will continue to fulfill the promise of the growth of the Jamaican economy. We will continue to fulfill the promise of a knowledgeable, educated, and informed society, where every child can have access to the best quality education. We will continue to fulfill that promise. We will continue to fulfill the promise where every Jamaican can have meaningful employment and earn a meaningful income so that you can fulfill your own personal dreams and aspirations. We will continue to fulfill that promise. And we will continue to build a society that is just. A society that is fair for everyone. We will continue the work that we have started in our second term. Now, as I close my presentation to you, our political organization, like any other organization, must renew itself. The third term is also an opportunity for renewal, to attract new people, to expose new talent, to refresh ideas, and to place to the Jamaican people a continued, credible political organization that can always ably lead the government of the country. So we will not be laying back comfortable in victory. No. We will be rebuilding, refreshing, renewing, and preparing to be a credible alternative to the opposition for the fourth term of a Jamaica Labour Party government. So Labour rights, Jamaicans, your democracy is strong. You have made the right decision to continue with a government that performs, because it sends a signal to governments to come that the way to win is by performing, by doing, by achieving victory by merit. Third, in our second term, we created a momentum. We are on the right path, heading in the right direction with the right trajectory. That should not be broken, and the Jamaican people share that view, and therefore we will continue to use the momentum to accelerate the development of our country and to ensure that you can get the benefits and the aspirations that you have always wished for. And fourth, we commit to being a responsible, caring, and fair government. That is my commitment and the commitment of my team to you. We will be the political party to move Jamaica from poverty to prosperity. I continue to be your one peer.
I know the night is still young and you want to party. But I want you to all put your hands together for those winning candidates who have joined us late and for those who are not here. And for our brothers and sisters who unfortunately did not make it. Labor rights, you have been a good set of people. Stay tuned for announcements to come. Turn, loading. God bless you. God bless Andrew Holness. Let's dance. The close of the play of the party's anthem.
Equal rights and justice is our everlasting song.
Four-time Prime Minister, 3 times consecutively. Dr. Andrew Holness addressing party supporters at the JLP's Belmont Road headquarters. We just want to give a slight analysis of what the country now looks like as we try to bring up the map and make a comparison to 2020. So this is what the country now looks like. 34 seats to the Jamaica Labour Party, 15 seats less than the 49 of the previous term. 29 to the PNP this time, 15 more than the previous term. So this is what the country looked like from 2020 to 2025, just up to earlier today, Nika Luce. Lord B. Smith, we were speaking in the break, as I know, get final comments from our panelists about this being good for democracy. Why do you say that?
Undoubtedly, I think I'm looking forward to Parliament now. Parliament had become very boring in recent years, but I think now that we have this very razor-thin majority, we are going to see a lot of fireworks in Parliament, and it is to be noted that the bulk of the PMP leadership, the more experienced parliamentarians in the PMP are now back in Parliament, and this, I think, augurs well for our parliamentary democracy, and I have no doubt that the government will be kept on its toes more so now than before, and this is good because it will enable the country to perhaps expect greater levels of accountability and transparency and overall better governance.
Right. So people like Damian Crawford, Dr. Dayton Campbell, as well. We're also seeing some new faces, Jermaine Barrett, Zuleika Jess, retired policeman, Steve McGregor as well. What do you make of the PNP then and their own performance and some of the new faces and returning faces to Gordon House?
Indeed, I think that the PNP has everything to celebrate tonight. They have managed to bring into the parliament some extremely strong and vigorous contenders holding the government's feet to the fire. I also think that the leadership of Mark Golin is solid. I don't expect a leadership race. And when I think about the two speeches that we've heard tonight, Mark Golin on one hand, the Prime Minister on the other hand, you get a sort of reflective, contemplative, and a sort of a deliberative conversation by Mark Golin, reflecting on the fact that in his estimation, he thinks he has done more than it would have been reasonably expected of him, but that he takes this as being a democratic reflection from the people of Jamaica. I think Andrew Holness, on the other hand, he took time to really dig into some of those sore points of the elections, talking about, the lies and so forth. And I'm convinced he believes that these are lies, and many Jamaicans do, but I'm not sure that this is the time for that kind of sort of rhetoric. Now is the time for unity, now is the time for bringing back the Jamaican people to a focused attention on national development and focusing on the big issues that are at hand. He also needs to recognize that he can no longer sort of cast aside and ignore the opposition, not when the opposition has no commands 29 seats with his razor-thin margin of 3 seats.
And as you mentioned, that the respect that he'll now have to show the opposition, could you comment on that, Damian Gordon, given the increase in the opposition numbers and what Jermaine Barrett is saying?
Yeah, so the opposition has moved from 14 seats to 29 seats. We moved from a lopsided parliament where the Prime Minister and the MPs aligned to the Prime Minister could simply push through their agenda without much, they had the two-third majority, so they could easily push through their agenda almost unilaterally to the lower house. Now they have to consult and seek and build consensus with the opposition. And as my colleagues rightfully noted, there will be some vocal voices now added to the parliament, some firebrand politicians added. And remember, they are government in training too, so they are on display as well. They're thinking about the next election too. So they will also have an incentive to bring a certain level of enthusiasm and passion, because they are, even though they've lost an election, they're thinking about the next local government election and the next general election, and they are thinking about how to market themselves and impress the voters, and that requires showing up the weaknesses of the government and so forth. So the opposition now, because of the fact that it has an increased number of parliamentarians, we expect the opposition, which it was vocal relative to its size over the last 4 years. But given the fact that the opposition has 29 seats in the parliament, we expect that to be amplified significantly. So I am looking forward to the vibrant parliamentary discussions. I am looking forward to the debates. I am looking forward to the checks and balances. We had concerns about creeping authoritarian tendencies, given the fact that the Prime Minister, the Parliament became a rubber stamp for the Prime Minister. We are unlikely to see that continue. So I think this is very good for strengthening our democracy works overall.
All right, and from Damien, we head to the decision desk for final thoughts from Christoph and Mr. Art Fisher. So, gentlemen, let me start with your more senior, Mr. Fisher. What do you make of what has happened here tonight? We've heard from the two leaders of the main political parties, and then we close off with Christoph.
Okay, I listened to what both leaders had to say, and as was said earlier, the tone was a little different. But I just want to say that from my perspective as an election practitioner, that clearly the Electoral Commission, the EOJ, will have to do some self-examination in order to ensure that people spend less time in line and that more care is made in terms of the elderly and disabled voters. And the second and final point is in relation to voter apathy. I think when people speak of voter apathy, they only look at percentages, and I'm saying that most people would be unaware that in 2011 and 2016, those are the two highest voter turnout in the history of the country, 2011 and 2016. But the percentages did not reflect that, because since continuous registration the removal of, remember when they had regular enumeration, each time it was a new list. So if 500,000 persons were registered, those 500,000 persons were available to vote, so to speak. But now, since continuous enumeration, a number of persons who have migrated and who would have died and so on would have not been removed from the list. And therefore, that's another thing that the ECJ will have to look at, how to have those persons removed from the list, whether it's a full re-enumeration or some verification.
Certainly things to talk about. Mr. Christoph Simpson, very tightly worded final moments.
Yes, interesting election result. We expected it to be a tight race, and it was. This, I believe, would change the tone of the ruling party. We can hopefully look forward to a new attempt at constitutional reform, but maybe with more of a listening ear than they had before, and more openness to actually engage others outside of their own political grouping for what direction the country should move in going forward. The constitutional reform process and other things, the government had seemed to take on this approach of trying to unilaterally push certain agendas which they never really sought proper popular consensus for, not only from the opposition but from others outside of what we consider the main political arena as well. So we're hoping that this new term the government operates with some more humility.
All right, so there you have it from all our panelists, and from the decision desk there, Christoph Simpson, who helped us to crunch the numbers tonight. This has been quite an experience, Jordan Fort, in bringing this election to Jamaica. Indeed. What was it like for you?
And one of the things that we should mention too as well, Giovanni, is that throughout the night, remember we promised viewers at the top of the broadcast that we were watching 20 marginal seats, and throughout the night we saw it play out in real time, how those marginal seats swung this way and that. And those were really what brought the intrigue in this general election. So I was happy I was able to bring that to the fore.
Yeah, man, and they were in fact marginal. We see 3 of the 4 bellwether seats, the remaining bellwether seats, Robert Montague, Juliet Holness, and also Marlene Malahoo Fort. Hanover Eastern with Dave Brown did not stay as a bellwether seat, as the JLP lost that one. But of course, we'll continue to recap the election, lots to ruminate and speak about, and we will continue our coverage of the election 2025, decision 2025. Of course, you want to tune in to CVM's Sunrise tomorrow morning. Of course, we'll be looking back at today's activities. I'm Giovanni Dennis.
I'm Nika Lewis.
And I'm Jordan Fort.
On behalf of our entire news, sports and production teams and our hard-working crew in studio and our guests, pleasant viewing.
(2025) brought to you by Duracell, Kendall, True Juice.
Hey truck, how those Duracell Optimum batteries working out? Whoa, now that is serious power. Try Duracell Optimum, our next generation